Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Dreamers Game 1, where we are playing Yomi. This is turn 72. We got a lot of stuff. Let's get into it. So, right off the bat, we have Blood level 7 researched. Very nice. That should be a good direction for us to grow. Take a couple turns, right? Get some vampires going, and we should have a decent little blood economy after that. And honestly, from there, sky's the limit. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. All right. Next up, we have manifestation, and I think we're going to be doing a lot of manifestation. So I think I'm just gonna list manifestation out on its own right now as kind of like a win-loss ratio. So. Let's watch, and then we will have it listed. So, here is our first manifestation against Urmor, and it is this guy, Gravetongue the Ashen Angel. So, if anyone has never seen these before, relatively high hit points, no protection, but they are invulnerable 25. Meh magic resistance, so they can definitely get, like, mind burned, right? I think. Yeah, you can mind burn undead. You can't mind burn, or not mind burn, soul slay. You can soul slay undead. You can't soul slay mindless? No, that's not right. I think you can soul slay anything, can't you? I don't know. High morale, right? And decent stats. Pretty damn decent stats. High enough strength to hurt. High enough attack to matter. High enough defense to keep themselves alive, etc., etc. Has amphibian. Though you can't cast it underwater, I don't think. So I don't know why that matters. But has fear, has cold resistance, has poison resistance, is ethereal, is flying, and has this fuck-ass Baneblade that hits pretty damn hard. High-ish attack skill, hits hard, and has decay on it. So, let's see what we are up against. We are up against, for our 4 death gems, we have the option of taking away Flamin. So a Flamin is not that big of a deal. Has an Owl Quill, Fire, Earth, and Priest 1. Let's see how we do. Blessings. Magic Weapons, Reinvigoration, Undying 2, Undead Leadership 40. So, one of the reasons why I am concerned with Urmor, even though they're small size, they are mostly scales, and they have Arcane Nexus. So if they are left alone, they can kind of play tall, although it's still very difficult to play tall in Dominions. Ashen Angel lands, Fear procs, gets a kill. And that's how a lot of these Ashen Angel manifestation attacks go. So, put my jacket on real quick. That is manifestation, 1 win, 0 losses. Alright. Down real quick. All right. We did some site searching. Dark Knowledge found nothing, Voice of Apsu found nothing, Auspex found nothing, Haruspex found nothing, Arcane Probing found nothing. Most of these are site searching Hinom's territory. Most of these are probably, most of this territory has already been searched. These are inefficient and dumb wastes of gems. I'm gonna do them anyways because I'm OCD about that shit. So, is what it is. We'll see if we get lucky. Maybe we'll snag something. In the meantime, we have cast Earthblood Deepwell. And there are no other dire portents, so this was cast successfully. Nice. Doesn't mean we'll get to keep it. Ubar might turn around and put something else up, or someone might try to dispel it. We'll see. Do not know, but relatively exciting. So, global. Yomi, which is us. Earthblood Deepwell. Woo! We haven't been able to say... Have we had a global? I don't think we've had a global so far. Yay, first global! I think first global. I don't know. Whatever. we got a couple of battles. First battle was actually against some horrors. One of our Numenaries was attacked by 7 Soul Torns, which is basically death. A Numenari is not going to be able to kill 7 Soul Torns, and they are going to be able to kill her. This Numenari is horror marked because of a Lightless Lantern, thus the price you pay for 25 research ability is what it is. Web, trying. Tangle binds 3 of them, man. Okay, Akane tried her little heart out. We get to see Ubar attacking Helheim. That goes. It is our friendly neighborhood Shaitans with lifelong protections and rings of returning. The more I see this particular combo, especially with these Shaitans, the more I am impressed by its efficacy. They can do a lot of damage with evocations while chaffing up the enemy, and they are very, very safe with, one, just their defensive kits, but also the Ring of Returning. It's really, really nice, actually. So, we got to see that, and then we attacked in Erd against Urmor. We have Ainu, the Dione, who does have a chest wound and is weakened, but also has a Flesh Eater and Iron Will. So unlikely to get popped by anything magic-oriented. And there's basically nothing here. There are some cavemen, and cavemen do hit very hard, but against the Dione, we're going to have Iron Skin up, and we're going to have Temper Flesh. It's not going to matter. It is absolutely not going to matter. In point of fact, it looks like our wolves are dealing with the cavemen on their own. Yay, yay, yay. Didn't get to do anything. Wow. Easy peasy. We are attacked in Relothia by Hinnom, the single male cart that is left. He's going around. He is not going to get taken down by Deer Tribe, I can tell you that. Okay, yeah, no, that's definitely done. And then we attack in Jankeep with our other Dione against Urmor. This is Akasada, who has enormous strength. Yes, he does. +8. Holy shit, that's a lot. And that is a lot. But I do believe this to be mostly PD. So this is like all levies and, you know, just basic Urmorian infantry. There is a single Pontifex here. Not enough, I think, to cause any real concern. Our wolves are going to get just utterly obliterated, but there's no, like, communion here ready to toss out soul slays. There's no elementals or anything like that. Iron Skin up. Horde of Skeletons. I guess I had him on cast, which is kind of silly. Magma Bolts, hey, popping people. Fireball. That's a little concerning because of the fatigue that we generated, but we do have Reinvigoration 7, so we should be fine. With our fire shield that we put up during our buff cycle, we should be... Oh my goodness. Maybe we should be setting to casting more frequently, because he's nuking the shit out of them in melee. Holy fuck. My goodness. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that was all province defense. A lot of province defense too, but it doesn't matter against something like a Dione. Okay, that is it for battles. We had a ratio versus Horrors, 0 wins, 1 loss, versus Hinnom, 0 wins, 1 loss, and versus Urmor, 2 wins and 0 losses. So, cool. Decent little opening turn for us. We have a couple of unexpected events. In the Veil of Fortune, a magical bird of wondrous colors has been found. We got some fire gems, air gems, water gems, and earth. So just running the elemental cycle there. In Flemistan, a handful of magic gems have been found among the old white bones of bold adventurers. So some death gems. In Scardian Vale, 8 people get cursed. And back in Veil of Fortune, a tribal chief from a distant land has donated gold and a precious item to our god, plus 221 gold and a holy scourge. And that is it for events. So the events this turn, we got gold plus 221, fire gems plus 2, air gems plus 1, water gems plus 5, earth gems plus 3, and death gems plus 5. And then we also got a holy scourge. So quite the fucking haul this turn, which is pretty neat. Entrance to the fortification of Cormark has been breached. Exciting. What are we doing this turn? So we've got a couple of things going on. First and foremost, we're going to storm the castle in Cormark, and we're just going in with everything because I don't believe there is anything left. There is the chance that he comes in with this Melkart to try to defend Cormark, but we've got Unrest up to the point to where everyone is full Chaos power. I don't think this Melkart... This guy only has like 20-something protection. I don't think he lives against Ko-Onis, much less Aka-Oni. So, could go wrong, but I don't think so. We'll see. Continuing to patrol things down in Hinnom. We're putting a temple down. We'll talk about that here in a second. We're gonna try to turn Shambolic into an Oni pit, and we're continuing to increase our attacks against Urmor. To aggress against Urmor, right? So we're attacking into Belmar. We are attacking into Pannonia with Dionis, right? We're attacking into Barm with our Liches. And we're attacking into Brightwoods with Morio's army. And then we're attacking onto the Silver Wall with these two armies. I have not bothered to bring in a lot of mage support because, truth be told, I don't have a lot of mage support. The majority of the mage support I can muster are things like Onishugos. Those can be very useful if I were to go down death and do something like a lot of Shadow Blasts, for example, right? Which is something that we might end up going. But up until then, all these guys are basically Horde of Skeleton casters, which is fine. But I don't think that that's going to be the route where I don't know that that's going to be the thing that wins us this war. So instead, we're just throwing bodies at these forts, and we're going to see how Urmor responds. Basically, I want to get a chance to see what Urmor's tricks are. And see if there's anything specific that he's going to pull out. I'm kind of waiting for teleport Soul Slay Golems. I think, from what I've heard from Relay, there should be some Ether Lords running around, and we know he's got a lot when it comes to just base military. Also, now that we can see his capital, we can see there's a shit ton of corpse constructs here. Also, Summer Lions, Equites of the Sacred Shroud, etc., etc. So, lots of stuff going on there. Pretty interesting. Everything else is just maneuvering Ko-Oni around and that type of stuff, so no big deal there. See how it goes. If we take a look at our global enchantments this turn, we can see that Vengeful Water got taken down without our involvement, so nothing doing there. Can't really do anything about that. Is what it is. So Helheim does not have that as a defensive tool, and that is not good. I don't really know what else to say about that situation. So we're gonna try to deal with Urmor as quickly as possible, and hopefully that will in turn give us the option to do other things. What are we doing this turn? We have buildings going up, building +1 temple. And this is, again, for the purpose of spawning more Ko-Oni in the Hinnom territories. We have some recruitment. We have 1 Lizard Shaman and 4 Oni Shugo. So that's not too bad. Lizard Shamans, we've discussed those in the past, right? They're just useful options. They're kind of better. They're just better research mages than our research mages are. And they give us access to paths that we want, pretty much. So we're producing a lot of them. We're also producing Oni Shugo kind of all over our territory, anywhere where we can produce them in 1 turn, pretty much. And in a couple places otherwise. But that's basically because they help free spawn more Oni. So help free spawn Oni, and then they are decent thugs and Horde of Skeletons, Shadow Evocation casters. They're kind of the best bang for our buck as far as combat mages go. So is what it is. We've got a lot of rituals this turn. So let's go through them real fast. We have rituals. 1 Augury, 2 Auspex, 1 Voice of Apsu, 1 Arcane Probing, 1 Dark Knowledge, 1 Haruspec. That's the wrap-up for our site searches. Then we have 1 Manifestation, 1 Lichcraft, 1 Curse of Blood, 9 Corpse Constructions, and 1 Revive King. So, let me jot that down real quick, and we will talk about what's going on there. So Manifestation is going to continue, right? We have done Manifestation against Silverwall, and now we're going to do Manifestation against Silverwall again. We're trying to see, right? Does Urmor do anything, right? Like, does Urmor put up a dome, right? Does Urmor move all of their, like, do a dance, right? Like, if you know someone is targeting a location with Manifestation, what you can do is you can try to, I don't know, you can try to bait things. You can try to, like, move people out so that there are less commanders in that province, which we would be happy about, right? Because we're trying to crack that fort next turn. So we kind of want to just keep an eye, see what happens, see if there's any sort of reaction, and if there is, cool. If there's not, also cool. Information either way. We want to do another Lichcraft. We talked about this last turn, the idea of producing more Liches, not only just for raiders, but also for manifestations spam. So little manifestation cannons, basically. I want to keep doing that. And then we're doing our first Curse of Blood. So first vampire coming out. As soon as that vampire is out, we're probably going to do Curse of Blood every turn that we can with Kurofumi until we are done. Until we don't have enough blood to do it anymore. Hopefully, though, that will not happen, because hopefully we will be able to do 77, 77, 77. And then by the time we get to that next one, we will have more blood slaves. So we will be able to do 77, and we'll just rack up our blood economy. Probably not going to happen that way, though. Probably going to have a hitch here or two for a turn or two where we do have to stop summoning vampires. But that would be the ultimate goal, right? Is to get enough vampires blood hunting to where we can summon a vampire from the blood hunting every single turn. And then we can actually start looking at other things potentially, right? We can go into higher blood options. I don't know if Lanka has been able to do this because of what Lanka has been having to deal with so far. So I have no idea. So yeah, is what it is. And then the Revived King is just we needed a additional undead leadership basically. So just trying to work things out there. So that's it. We've got a little bit of forging as well. Turning that back on. So forging, 1 lightless lantern, 1 owl quill, just boosting that research. 1 firebrand, 1 scutadal vulturnus, 1 armor of knights, 1 dragon helmet, 1 ring of regeneration, 1 black steel helmet, and cannot see to the bottom of my list. 1 flask of holy water. Sorry, I had to scroll down further. So yeah, let's talk about what's going on there. Lightless Lantern, Owl Quill, that's just simple research boosting. Our research isn't horrendous anymore, but I don't think we're on to have... I don't think we're on point to have 9s by turn 100, which I think is kind of like the generalized concept of turn... All 9s by turn 100 is not fast, necessarily, by any stretch of the imagination, but all 9s by turn 100 is okay. And if you're not hitting all 9s by turn 100, each, like, past that, you're missing out. I think is the general kind of concept, right? Obviously, it depends on your nation and what you're playing for and what your kind of like your breakpoints are, but that's just kind of like a general guideline. Is if you're not hitting 9s by turn 100, that's a bit of an issue, right? So, and I don't think we're on point for that, so we're gonna try to keep scaling via the means that we have. So, is what it is. As far as the Firebrand, Scutadal Vulturnus, all of that stuff, that is basic gear sets that we're trying to produce. And then the Black Steel Helmet, Flask of Holy Water, that's unique. So we talked last time about what do we do if we get Earthblood Deepwell and we get to keep it. We just start producing more and more stuff. Black Steel Helmets, let's see who's actually doing that. So it's Hirofumi here. So Black Steel Helmets are very, very cheap, level 1, super cost-effective head protection, 24 head protection, and they're intended not for a Dione, right? Because we want specialized equipment for a Dione, but they're intended for an Oni Shugo, right? So an Oni Shugo has a Kabuto, which is 0017. We can replace that with a very cheap 3 gem 0024, and that makes a big difference. That makes a big difference on an Oni Shugo. And we can also replace their heavy samurai armor with like an armor of the knights. And then you throw a bottle of holy water on there, right? And you have a 9-gem kit that is very tanky, right? Very hard to kill by normal means. You throw something like an amulet of anti-magic on there, and they're decently hard to snipe, right? If you go the route of not doing Armor of the Knights, which is the cheap option, but instead doing something like Shademail Hauberkins, they're really hard to catch. You can actually turn them into very good thugs, but it's all a matter of like how much gear do you want to put into them, right? So for me, some of the cheapest ways that you can do is, especially since we have like a regeneration all bless, which is pretty fairly defensive, right? Just putting a flask of holy water on them and putting a better helmet on them allows them to, for 6 gems, be pretty good, right? You can put reinvigoration on them. You can put iron skin on them. So, and then after that, can you put reinvigoration on them? I say that. Isn't that that's an Earth 2. You can't do that. Yeah, that's Summoner Power. You can do it with a gem, but I don't know that you would want to. But you can do Iron Skin, Temper Flesh, and then you can just do the Horde of Skeleton spam. And they're probably going to be just fine. So I think that's a decent route for us to go with the exorbitant amount of water gems and the crazy earth income that we're going to have. So, yeah. Nothing much has changed except for the Vengeful Water going down. We'll have Thaumaturgy next turn. I did screw up and not... we'll have Thaumaturgy 6 next turn. I did screw up and not put anything in here. I was debating what I wanted to do, and then I forgot to come and change it. So we're going to have some points spill over into Conjuration 9, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but I don't think there's anything that we really want out of here. We could eventually try to go for something like Tarts, but I don't think it's very worthwhile for us. Yeah. Anyways, that's going to be it for this turn. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.